What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome back. We've got a video here today covering hardcore two-handed weapon progression. This is primarily focused from the Alliance side because all my hardcore characters have been run that way, but some of these options are definitely applicable to Horde side as well. If you guys have any thoughts on what weapons you like to use, how to acquire them, which ones you can get while leveling up, feel free to drop that in the comments below. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Your first option you're going to be looking at here is the Cold Rich Hammer. This is a level 12 weapon that is available from quest in Dunmoreau, protecting the herd. It requires you to kill an elite Yeti. Very simple. Talk to the guy, go up the hill, kill the elite, come back down, get the weapon. However, there are methods to kill this mob solo at level 12 by kiting it around, using some guards to assist you, that kind of thing. There are ways to get this by yourself if you struggle to kill elite. Certain classes can do better with it, certain classes struggle more. If you have trouble or you're a little apprehensive about going there at 12 or sooner, you can always over level it just slightly. Maybe you're going to be 13 or you're going to be 14, something like that, and go ahead and get the weapon that way. Now, after this item, you're going to be looking to vendor options. Now, the heavy spiked mace is another guaranteed option. A very strong weapon for level 14. If you get this bad boy, you are going to be chunking mobs. Like, I mean, straight just slapping them. There's several places you can get this. It is from a vendor. You can see it's around 75 silver, give or take. So when you get to that point, you want to make sure you've been saving your pennies, pinching your copper, whatever it is. Make sure you got enough money to get it. And Tony Pirelli is one of the options that's available here in Elwyn, Redbridge / Duskwood, because he patrols between the three. But as you can see, there's a few other choices here, and Horde can acquire this as well. Generally speaking, I like to get mine from Lockwood Inn, right? That's where I go at that level range where I'm fighting. That's where I'm going to have the money. I know where the vendor is, and that's where I'm headed for that bad boy. You're going to have this one for several levels as well. You're going to be looking from 14 to go to about 19. You're going to have your Executioner Sword. This is another vendor-acquired weapon. Same deal, several locations you can get it. By the time you can get this weapon, you should easily be able to traverse wetlands and get yourself over to Duskwalla Marsh. A lot of times that's where I'll pick this one up. As you can see, this has got a little more hefty price, about 140 to 1 gold 40 to 1 gold 50, and it's a little pricey, but it is definitely worth it. Again, you're going to feel that power spike when you get this weapon. You're just going to be chunking mobs again, continuing to get those levels. And as a two-handed melee class, particularly a warrior, it feels good every time you get an upgrade. This is also great for your paladins, and certain other classes may be wanting to go after this as well. Beyond that, next up is the Merciless Axe. As you can see, it's continued plus strength, and it's available at level 26. And this one's a little more pricey too here. Now you're up to about 3 gold and change, and you can get this one again from the vendors. A lot of times I will personally be monitoring the Duskwood vendor here. That's the area you're going to be in at the time, questing, whatnot. So just keep your eyes peeled for that, and try to pinch your pennies again so you've got enough to get that. Now beyond that, you're going to have options here, okay? The next thing is you're looking at, if I pronounce this right, Virigan's Fist, which is a paladin-only weapon. Now look at this thing. This is a huge power increase. You're going up to 25 DPS, top end 99. You've got Intel, Stamp Spirit, all solid stats to the paladin. This does require a dungeon. And from my understanding, if you're doing hardcore and you're following the limitations on the dungeon runs, you can solo this if you get to the maximum level available for the dungeon, and you go in by yourself and you take your time, you have your consumables. People have soloed this quest. You're going to have a lot better of an opportunity doing this with a group, but we're trying to pick up and identify items that are able to be acquired solo. Next up, you've got Arceus, which is, if I've got that pronounced right, you have to kill Morludim. This is another, you're going to have to get them, he's an elite in Duskwood. You're going to have to kite him around, use a tree, use a fence. People are able to do this. I have not personally soloed this mob, but from my understanding, it is completely doable. Solid item, 23 DPS, and you've got a nice little 85 arcane proc. Procs are kind of fun in hardcore. It feels like you get just a little extra damage, Even though you may be underwhelmed by your stats of your gear, you're still getting that solid 85. Beyond these two options, now like I said, this is something that a warrior may go after, and Virgins is something that's obviously better, and a paladin's going to be wanting to go for that if they can. If they can't, this is another option for the paladin as well. Beyond that, the next quest two-handed weapon that is a guaranteed get is the Rock Pulverizer. Now this is from the Badlands, and you're going to be killing a Murderlock, which is a Trog there. Lots of mobs around, so you're going to have to be aware of that. Be careful, but it is definitely another solid grab. You know, you're looking at 31 DPS on this item. And as a warrior, you can go for the Whirlwind Axe. You can solo this quest at 38, 39. I've personally done it. You know, another one, you're going to be throwing weapons, and you're going to be cutting the final mob around. And you know, as I say, doing this, I've done this one, and I found that using faster throwing weapons is better than slower, because you want to make sure you maintain the leash on the mob while you're kiting it around. And every time you want to stop moving for the shortest amount of time possible, so the speed on the thrown weapon is very important. Now I understand while you're using these weapons or following maybe this suggested two-hand weapon progression, there are other weapons you can get. You know, you can get groups, you can get dungeon weapons that are going to replace and or supersede some of these. You may get lucky and get a world drop that's much better than any of the ones I'm pointing out here, and that's great. Those are awesome. That's even more powerful, better for you, but it's not a guarantee. These are guaranteed things you can go after. Now, I found I was stuck with Whirlwind Axe from, was it 38, 39, all the way to 53, and the only reason I was able to get an upgrade there was because I acquired a BOE world drop. And how I got that was I was feeling kind of weak with the Whirlwind Axe. It was losing its luster as when you first get them in. That thing chunks, but it was losing its luster. So what I did was I found some level appropriate mobs that I could kill easily with the Whirlwind Axe, and I had checked their loot table. So they had several blue armor pieces that were good for me. They had several you know, blue weapons that would have been good for me, and there was also a few epic opportunities there as well. Shields, you know, gloves, weapons, those kind of things. And I said, well, look, I'm struggling to do my quests with this current weapon, the Whirlwind Axe, so I'm going to grind mobs that I can easily kill with this that are going to give me effective XP, and they also provide an opportunity for excellent world drops. You know, if I don't get the world drops, I'm still getting the level and the experience, and once I've got a level or two from just grinding these mobs in hopes that I get a solid upgrade, I will now out-level where I was previously struggling. So I can go back and use my additional levels to offer me some benefit while you know, fighting the quest mobs that I may have been struggling with before. So these are definitely great choices, great options, the way to go. And what I would, you know, I would also say, if you find a solid one-hander, like if it drops and it's better than your two-hand, don't hesitate to put that on. If it's better, it's better. Just use it, throw on a shield, you get the you know, you get the benefit of the armor in the offhand. If you guys have other you know, other solid choices, easy to access two-hand weapons, or other suggestions for weapon progression for hardcore characters, please let us know down in the comments, because we can all learn more, and this is something that you know, helps everybody as we go through. So don't forget to check us out on Docken_TV over on Twitch, doing lots of hardcore over there. Hope to see you, and as always, until next time, stay safe and have a good one.